At home, if you ask me like, oh Sarah, would you want to like cook a dish? I'm like, no, like count me out. Growing up, my dad would always tell my sisters and I that you have to learn how to cook. Like, how can you be a daughter of a chef and like tell me that you don't know how to cook? But I think it's very different when I come to work. I think there's a purpose, and that's why like I enjoy doing it. But in my free time, I'd rather not. In general, Peranakan food is found at restaurants, so we wanted to bring it into the hawker center so that it will be more affordable and accessible for people to come and try Peranakan food. For poke is the clucking, the sound of the chicken. We only concentrate on chicken as a main dish.
One set A, one set B.
One set A, one set B. There you go, 34.60. Thank you. For my menu, I have two types of chicken dishes. So first, I have the set A, which is the ayam kari kapitan, which is our signature dish. It comes with the sambal egg, the chap chai, and the blue rice. And then we have the set B, that is a non-spicy set. So it has the ayam siu, French beans with hebi, and the pickled radish omelette with the rice.
Usually people will expect a selection of dishes which you can pick and choose. So it is very radical kind of a Peranakan stall that just serve two basic Peranakan dishes, and they're all chicken. For this kind of stall, your dishes have to be really good in order to survive.
We wanted to focus on two main chicken dishes because we wanted to maintain the quality of it rather than a variety and not be able to keep up with the consistency and the taste of the dish. So the ayam kari kapitan is a lot more labor intensive as compared to a normal curry. We have quite a lot of ingredients that go in for the rempah. All ingredients are freshly chopped and grind and mixed together. We don't use any curry powders. So before we had the machine that will help us stir the rempah, we used to take like double the time, like more than 2 hours. For the ayam siu, there's slightly more steps involved. We have to put in spices like the cinnamon stick, star anise and the cloves and let it simmer together with the blue ginger. Afterwards, we have to grind the onions and also mix the asam with the water so that we can soak it and then get the water out. And after we cook finish already, then we have to torch the chicken. So we just char the chicken so that it has a very nice charred smell and taste.
Peranakan food takes a lot of effort, and so the prices are usually higher than normal hawker food. And considering the ingredients amount of work, nobody wants to really pay so much to eat expensive food in the hawker center, which is why we don't see so much Peranakan food in hawker centers.
The ayam kari kapitan set, we price it at $8.20, and honestly, it's a little bit more pricey for like hawker food, and that's what we've heard from some customers. And I'll just explain to them that actually it requires this amount of time that we use to cook and we prep, and we only use like fresh ingredients and we do a lot of things by ourselves. So the ayam kari kapitan has a lot more ingredients that we have to prep and grind beforehand. My mom is a pure Peranakan and my dad's a pure Teochew. But it's my dad that does the cooking. He used to be a hotel chef, specializing in French cuisine, but he took up learning Peranakan cuisine as a form of interest. I think one of the decisions on why I wanted to open up at a hawker center and why Peranakan cuisine, because I would like to continue this very rich legacy. Yeah, second year. Winter outfit.
Yeah. Then you also like air steward, kebaya.
So when I was younger, I wanted to be an air stewardess. I think it was like the idea that they were all very nice and gentle and friendly to me. Then I think when I was in secondary school, I started getting more interested in like doing business. So in poly, I studied a diploma in business administration, and I specialized in marketing and PR. During my final year, I was thinking of like what I would do in the future. I attended a camp, and then that was when I saw an image of a storefront. It was like a very bright yellow signboard, and I didn't really have any context. I just know that it was like F&B, like a food store, and I was like, oh, okay, it's something so far-fetched, so I didn't really put a lot of like effort and thought into it. After I graduated, I went into the working force for about 1.5 years, and I left my corporate job. During that time, my parents had an opportunity to open up a store. My dad is the main chef. I was learning how to cook the side dishes. We ran Baba Bento for about 9 months, and it closed down because the rental was just very high. And so I took up a corporate job in the F&B industry for 2 years, and then I decided that okay, I would like to give a shot in like opening up a store. Around in June 2021, we had a family friend who also was a previous store owner here say like, oh, there's actually an empty store and they are actually open to finding new tenants. Are you interested, you know? We were given the offer for like this store, and then I opened on 11th November 2021.
Fully vaccinated individuals from the same household can start dining in groups of 5 at selected hawker centres at the end of this month.
We did have to take extra precautions. For example, like wearing the mask and being comfortable in the heat. From then till when we opened up the store in November, I was doing a lot more work, opening up like the gas and the water, the utilities, setting up the Grab food machine, the QR code, sourcing for suppliers, like all the simple basic things, except for one thing. So when we opened up the store initially, I think I was involved in like all the simple basic things, except for one thing. We all three actually bought new shoes. We just used like sneakers. It was like mayhem because we were trying to like move around the store without having to fall down. They were not like anti-slip shoes. Yeah, so we were actually like sliding around, and it was like slippery, and then it was so much effort on our end to try to like not fall. Sometimes like you are dealing with like the fire, you are like the stove, or like you're carrying something hot. So that was quite difficult initially. On the second day, like I think like the fatigue and tiredness was really kicking in. It was quite overwhelming, and the accumulation of the different things like the heat, having to focus on serving the customers at a good pace, like serving and scooping, and just juggling everything all at once. I think my body was not used to this high intensity movement, and I was not used to like standing around the whole day. Everything was getting to me, so I ended up like puking, and that was like in the middle of the day. After that incident, I tell myself that this is only day 2 and I am not running like a race, I am running a marathon. I just psyched myself up like, okay Sarah, like you can do this, we will just take it one step at a time. When I first started the store, like I started cooking, but it was just very simple dishes. My dad was still the one that was doing mainly of the cooking, and I was still doing like the side dishes. My initial plan was for my parents to take a step back after the first 3 months. I started training because I knew that I had to master all the dishes. But I think I underestimated the things that I had to go through. past a few months, I feel like my parents were getting a lot more tired. I felt like it is time for me to take over. And I think that was what pushed me forward. I took more ownership in the operations and as well as learning how to cook the dishes. Ooh, what are you cooking, Daddy?
Broccoli, cauliflower,
This chicken, ah?
chicken breast. It's not easy to teach her. Lah. She tends to escape.
Then you call it
Siam,
siam.
it's siam. Really, really. Nah, she's not a good student.
Why? Teachable what?
No. So I said, you come observe daddy. See how daddy do it. After I finish cooking, I said, come and taste it. This is how it should taste like.
And then at first, like, quite funny, like, my dad always say like, oh, I always get mixed up with how salty or how sour it is. Because my taste buds not very sharp, so I couldn't identify those flavor profiles.
Yeah. So what you need to do, you always check the sourness, the sweetness must be balanced.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then you can get the flavor.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Initially, it was very difficult for me because I felt like I didn't have a choice, so I had to force myself.
A working employee, you can score, right? But this one, if you score, that's your daughter. So it's very tough for me during that time as I was teaching her. She tends to forget to order stuff. Like that time, I was so angry. I just tell her, tomorrow you need to order chicken. You know what happened? She didn't order the chicken. They said, how to sell? You are selling Nyonya poke. Tomorrow you need cabbage. You can forget, order cabbage.
Not
That
the next day lah.
that is the thing that get me frustrated.
Happened a few times. Lesser than 5 times.
The Chinese word 苦肉计, it means you go the tough way to show lah. So I said, okay, never mind. Daddy will go to the market and buy. So I carry the cabbage.
No, the first time I carry by myself.
Oh, I carry. But the chicken, I said, okay, never mind. I will go buy.
I went with you. Wow, we both carried it.
No.
I just had to quickly speed up and then I quickly rush down to buy the chicken. It's so much more expensive as compared to my supplier. Pay for my mistakes, expensive mistakes.
Correct.
I think initially my parents' expectations were stressing me out. I think they wanted me to learn as fast as I could. And then for my end, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm only one person.
Place the thing down and hit here.
There was once that my parents and I had a pretty big disagreement. I did tell my dad I told my dad that oh no, Daddy, even though it's so difficult, I've never thought of giving up. When I started getting more confident, slightly before the 1-year mark, I think in July 2022, that was when I could prepare and cook all the dishes by myself. Hello?
Hey,
Kevin?
yeah.
Where are you? My parents started taking a back seat in end 2022 and that's when we hired a kitchen assistant. For the past months, we have Kevin on board. I think, I do feel like I'm going into my role as a boss. I do feel more like one. So for me to prepare all the dishes on time, my dad guided me through a lot of the preparation process and the time needed. He always say that, Sarah, you have to watch your time. So for example, I come in the morning at 9 a.m. Then I start with preparing the chicken. We we have like different like marks to give us an indication. So like by 9:30, I should be cooking the curry capitan. So around 10 o'clock is when Kevin starts to cook the chap chai. Then Kevin and I will work alongside to like check and see whether like who will need a bit more help or prep for that day. And then we open for lunch service at 11:30. Right, thank you. Hello. Yeah, it's around like 12:15 now. Sometimes there'll be like lull periods, especially on a weekday. It's a bit quieter nowadays, yeah, especially like since the beginning of this year. For my 2 years that I've been here, the turnover rate for the stores is pretty high. Like we've seen a change of like about 28 stores. So it's quite a lot.
The Pasir Ris Central Hawker Centre, it opened its doors to the public today. Managed by NTUC Food Fair, the two-level centre offers a dual concept that features traditional food as well as something known as hipster cuisine.
I think the whole idea of the hawker centre was the first and the second level had different target audiences. First level has your traditional local fare, and second level has some more like hipster and more unique offerings that may not find in other places. Yeah, so I wanted to be a part of that. In the more recent months, the footfall has just been lower. I feel people may not know about this hawker centre. Over the years, certain young hawkers couldn't really sustain. Yeah, something like that.
And then here will be your special menu items. And then down here, I think this is where I need to talk to you a bit more, which is the bulk orders, right?
Yeah.
For the bulk orders, right, I don't know, you want to choose this as a la carte, mini buffet, or like party sets? Like, what do you want to actually call it?
I think a la carte would be better.
A la carte, right? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So then the other thing is this, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking...
No, sharing portions. Yeah. That was why. Because of the low footfall, I am focusing a little bit more on bulk orders for this year in order to supplement the drop in sales. So initially when we opened, we didn't have that many bulk orders. So minimally we have like 8 packs for the bulk orders. In 2023, we started actively promoting it and like letting people know that we are ready and we can accept bulk orders for any like gatherings, parties, or for corporate events as well. So I usually need to have my parents to come down. When we have a bulk order that's more than 30 packs, I will need my dad's help. If it ranges for up to like 100 packs. And for today, we have 100 packs and that's why I roped in my mom to come help.
What you put on ginger flour? No, the flour.
Yeah,
Cut
yeah.
it up, but what is flour? Where you put?
No, the stem I put in the fridge. So when we first received our first very major bulk order of like about 100 packs, it was very messy because we had to cater more time and we didn't know how fast it would take for us to cook and pack as well. Yeah, so we had to try to work backwards. So I think we opened up for lunch a little bit later. Turn over for the lunch service for the store first. Then later the bulk order 11:30.
Okay.
The next one, yeah. Okay, maybe just double check later that we have 102. Altogether should have 15 bags. So today we had the 102 packs in the morning. Now we have like a slightly smaller order for only 8 people. So shouldn't take long. I think if we don't have the bulk orders, I will maybe just break even. that's not gonna be enough to sustain. Here you go. Thank you. So I put the foil spoon at the side here. I think when people say like if they work 12 hours a day as compared to me, I don't really think it's a very fair comparison. It's very different kind of draining. Like maybe they feel like their work might be a bit more mentally draining, but I also feel that my work is mentally draining. Okay, bye-bye. I used to lead a much more active social life. Like I'll be out maybe 3 to 4 times a week, but now it's just maybe 1 or 2 days because that's all I have.
Okay. Also, I just printed it. See how you like it.
Oh, nice! I've never really focused much on marketing over the past 2 years because my focus was seeing the flow of the store, like getting our SOPs in place. But I think I would want to do more marketing on that aspect because I want to reach out to a slightly younger audience also. So I have asked my sister Sharon to help me with marketing and the social media things for Nyonya Popoke. I think I'm very happy that the new board has been up because it's something that Sharon and I have been discussing for quite a bit. As cliche as it sounds, it's really like blood, sweat and tears. Looking back, I am proud of myself. I think I managed to overcome a lot of things that I didn't expect myself to overcome. I knew that was going to be very challenging. I'm very thankful that I have not considered giving up. I think the best compliments that I really hold dear to my heart is when customers tell me that my food reminds them of their mothers or their grandmother's cooking. I can't really put that into words. It was just immense amount of joy. These are the compliments that really hit home.